Hello again, everyone. This is Zombie Kids Rule, and I'm going to try to do another video here of gameplay on the 1X player. I hope there's not too much background noise. Sometimes in my house, I don't always have the most quiet place to record videos, and that's why when I was doing videos for the 1X player, I basically just did gameplay videos, no commentary, and that way didn't have to worry about the microphone. I could basically make the videos sitting watching TV or sitting anywhere in the house where it's noisy. But with the Steam Deck, have a difficulty recording videos. Can't use OBS like I would on my 1X player, so I'm just doing it this way. This is not the ideal way, but it's the way that the only way I could figure out how to do it for now. Hopefully something changes. So what I want to do, the first three videos I made were Wizardry 6, 7, and 8. And I wanted to do one for Morrowind because that's another game that's probably my favorite. I have over from the time it came out on different CD versions that I've owned over the years, I have way more than 1,000 hours on Morrowind. And this is one of the few games, actually it's the only game I think, that I've ever spent time modding as well. And I've tested hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of mods for Morrowind. Some of them make the game just fantastic, especially in graphics wise. So this game is playable according to Valve. So there must be something about it that is not perfect to make it verified. Nothing stands out. I did test it, so let's just figure it out. Again, this is one of my favorite games. Now, when you first boot it up, this is Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. You've got Blood Moon and Tribunal available. You have play, data files, options, and then you can go to a website, technical support, uninstall. One thing, I don't do a lot with the options. There isn't a lot of options. There's adapter, resolution, window, full screen, pixel shading, and that's about it. So I'm not going to change anything for the Steam Deck. The one thing you do need to do is you have to go into data files, and you have to make sure that the ESM files are checked off. So if you want to play Blood Moon and you want to play Tribunal, you have to make sure those are checked off. They're master files. And Morrowind ESM, so the Morrowind.esm file is one of the parent masters. Those have to be checked off. So definitely want to check those before you start to play. Because if you start to play and the first time and those are not checked off, I'm pretty sure you're going to get an error. I've had a few different problems over the years each time I get a new version of Morrowind, and it's always because I forget to do something. So I'm just going to click play here, turn it up a little bit. Again, I love Morrowind. It's not the most graphically appealing, but you can get mods that really, really bump it up. This might be a 2002 game, if I looked at that right. We'll have to go back and look. So anyway, it's booting up, and I'm just going to skip through the intro. Hopefully, there we go. Skip through the intro, and then you've got new, load, and then you've got options and credits and exit. Options here, it does give you more options. So you can set the difficulty level from easy to hard. Menu help delay, menu transparency, the AI distance, so you can actually play around with how far you can see, autosave when rest, always use best attack, subtitles, I'm actually going to turn subtitles on, the crosshair, so you can turn that on or off depending on your playstyle. That's just under preferences. Then you have some audio things. You can change the master sound, the voice, the effects, the footsteps, the music, and then you have something called 3D audio. Controls, again, this is more for the keyboard, so don't have to worry about that on the Steam Deck. And then video, you have a couple different options on the Steam Deck. I'm just going to leave it the default 1024 by 786. You can change the view distance, gamma correction, real-time shadows on or off, and again, some of these are features just to help with the performance. So go ahead and bump that down. And then I'm going to go ahead and start a new game. Go through the opening. This is one of those ones where it's a pretty lengthy opening, and so when I was modding and I was starting a lot of games over and over and over again to test things, I downloaded a mod that lets you kind of jump past this. Not just this feature, but actually lets you jump into the game itself.
There you go. You were dreaming. What's your name?
Okay, so first thing it's going to ask me for my name, and this is where you'd have to do the Steam X button, and it does pop up good. So I did test this before, so I'm just going to again, this keyboard is takes me a little bit to get used to, so I'm just going to use zombie here and press enter.
Well, not even last night's storm could wake you. I heard them say we've reached Morrowind. I'm sure they'll let us go. Quiet. Here comes the guard.
This is where you get off. Come with me.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and accept that. Now, so you use the right trackpad to right trackpad to look around, and you use the left joystick to actually move. So again, you can move. You can look with the right trackpad, the joystick to move. So this so this does take me a little bit to get used to. Okay, now it's not doing it. Oh, there we go. Right joystick to look around. So again, I haven't played this very much with the. Oh, and what was I doing? I'm sorry. I could just turn, and it can just turn like that, wasn't I? And I can also use the joystick to do it too. So I can use the right joystick to look around. Can use.
Up on deck and let's keep this as civil as possible.
Use the left joystick to move. Use the right joystick to look around.
Now, prisoner.
Yeah. Quick chair. Hold your horses, jerk face. All right, and then going to use the right trigger button. Let's try A. Yep, A will work too. I'm going to experiment with a few different controls here.
Head down to the dock and I'll show you to the census office.
Okay. So again, using the joysticks.
You finally arrived, but our records don't show from where.
All right. So now in the character creation process, I can change my appearance through the slider bar. I can change my sex. I can change my face. I can change my hair. So there's a few different appearances. Again, there's a ton of mods. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can add races to the game. You can do so much. I actually prefer the modded version over the vanilla version now. But for races, you have Argonian, Breton, Dark Elf, High Elf, Imperial, Hajit, Nord, Orc, and Redguard, and Wood Elf. So again, I'm using the right trigger to move that up and down. If you click with the right trigger, you can drag it with the trackpad. And then each race will have different bonuses and different skills, and then it will have different specials. And that's one of the nice things that I like about Morrowind. Go ahead and bump the music down a little bit here. One of the nice things I like about Morrowind is that it's another one of those games where you increase all your skills by use. And so, you select your minor skills, your major skills, which decide when you level up, but you can actually increase anything you want just by using it. And you get to create your own custom class, which is what I really, really like too. I'm just going to go ahead and select a Breton, and that will change the appearance, which again, I could change, the sex, face, and hair. It changes my skill bonuses, it changes my specials, and when you hover over something using the trackpad, it does open up a window that just goes away when you move, and it tells you about, for instance, the skills. It does not tell you about the race. It does tell you about the specials. So, again, this is another one of those ones where personally I'd read the manual, but I've played it enough where I don't have to. So, right trigger also works. So right trigger also works. You can look up, you can look down, and again, I'm walking here with the left thing. So I pressed A before. I'm going to press the left. Let's try left trigger. Nope. Right trigger. Nope. Right trigger doesn't work either. So the A button is what's activating, what's selecting. So I'm going to walk up to this dude.
Yes, we've been expecting you. You'll have to be
Now, this is where you get to, and it's probably you can't read it on the screen, but you can. This is similar to some of the other Elder Scroll games. So you can answer a series of questions, and then the game will suggest a class for you. You can give information, right, and then pick, or which basically you're going to pick a class from a list. So you can answer questions and get the and see what it suggests. You can just pick from a list, or you can fill out the forms yourself, making a custom class. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try that because I think it's going to make me data enter something again. So it doesn't force you. So the default name is adventurer, and then what happens is you have a specialization. So you have to pick a specialization. And then you, for your favorite attributes, you get to pick 2 of the attributes. And you can change anything you want. Those are just the ones that will basically you'll get a +10 to each of your favorite attributes. So right now it says strength and intelligence, but you can pick them. You can pick your 2 attributes. Your specialization is where you get a +5 to all skills in that specialization. Then your major skills are ones where you start off with more points in, and your minor skills, I think it's 30 for major and 15 for minor, and those affect how you level up. So when you increase a major skill or increase a minor skill, when you get 10 increases, then you can level up, if I remember correctly. So you can enter the name for your class, you can enter a description of your class, and you can basically change, you can put any skill you want as a major skill, and the major skills you learn faster, and then the minor skills you earn a little bit slower, and then your just other skills you earn the slowest, and you only start off with 5 points in there. So let's try and see if it will actually let me change the Steam X and have the keyboard. Yes, it does. Perfect. So I can data enter anything I want here. So I'm just going to call this one, I'm just going to call him a zombie. Why not? Just because. So the adventure class is zombie. That's the class. And if I wanted to, I could put in a description. So if I click on this, boys, it's making me difficult. Oh, sorry, with the trigger instead of the A. You could, in theory, type in a description for this class if you really wanted to. I pretty much never do. So again, this allows you, I'm not sure how to fix this, so let's see, major skill, I don't want block, so I'm going to right click, I'm going to right trigger, and now it pulls up all the skills. So I can pick any of the skills I want as a major skill. So I'll just throw illusion in there, and then again, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 major skills, 5 minor skills, so you can change any of those you want. You can change your attributes. So if I click on strength, I now see I can choose strength, intelligence, willpower, agility, speed, endurance, personality, or luck. And again, those just I get 10 points, 10 bonus points in those because they're my favorite attributes. And specialization, again, I'm using the right trigger to select what was already there, and it was combat. And I can see that I can choose combat, magic, or stealth as my specialized area, if you will. And that's how you make a custom classification. So I don't really care what these are. I'm going to click OK, and then
Very good. The letter that preceded you mentioned you were born under a certain...
it's going to ask me about my sign in this game. And so then it pops up with this, and what it is there's a bunch of different signs over here, and they have they're like constellations in the sky, and they give you different abilities. So like the apprentice, it's elfborn, fortify maximum magicka 1.5 times intelligence. So basically what it's saying is it's gonna, your magicka is based on your intelligence or your mana, whatever you want to call it. In this game it's magicka. And then in addition to that, it's going to multiply 1.5 by your intelligence score as extra magicka. Although you're going to have a weakness to magicka of 50%. So that means when someone casts magicka at you have a 50% weakness, you're going to take more damage. The Atronach, again, you just go through these and pick which one you like. This one, the lady, It's called Lady's Favor, and it fortifies personality by 25 points. So you start off the game with 25 more points in personality and 25 more points in endurance. So you get to pick a sign that matches up with the character that you want to play. I'm going to click OK. And then he's going to give you a chance to look at your character. So you can change the name, you can change the race, you can change the class, you can change the sign. It tells you how much health you have. This guy's got 40. How much magicka? He's got 90. How much fatigue? He's got 100 and I think 85. So that's like your stamina. And again, hovering over these will tell you what they are. Then it gives you your attributes. And for instance, I have 50, 60, 50, 30, 30, 55, 65, and 40. So there's a range. Then I have all my major skills, which have 35 to begin with. My minor skills have 20, and then one of them has 15. And then all of my miscellaneous skills have either, well, it's a range from 5, 10, or 15, all depending on what I chose, because again, if based on my class, I get an extra bonus for those skills that are in that class. Then it talks about my abilities. I have a magicka bonus. I have a resist magicka, Lady's Favor, Lady's Grace. I have a power. So in this game, your character can have a power, and mine for the Breton is Dragon Skin. Basically, you can cast Shield. And then I have a couple spells, so automatically. And the game dictates what spells you get right off the bat for your character. It just determines it for you. You have plenty of opportunity to find all the other spells you want, and you can learn any spell you want, because you can cast any type of magic you want. It's all up to you. So I'm just going to go click OK, and then I now have a stats menu. Okay.
To get your release fee.
Okay, and again, so I'm just accepting, so I can look around. There's my papers. They get mad at you if you don't do what they ask you to. Yeah. Take my papers. So I can read. It basically tells about me. It says I'm being released, etc., etc. I don't really care. I'm going to go ahead and take them. Now I have an inventory menu. And so basically, as this is the kind of the beginning of the game, the introduction. As you do different things, you get different menus that activate. Okay, so I'm going to walk through here, and once I get out of their sight, now I can do whatever I want to. You should learn how to do combat. Pick up the dagger on the table and activate it. So it's actually giving you keyboard commands, but that's okay. So go over here and have to get my so trackpad works much better. So this makes me move around, right? And I'm using my crosshair, but the trackpad is so much better at actually getting onto something you want to use. So I use the A to activate, and then it says, hey, equip your dagger, and then you can do stuff with it. So let's see. I forgot what the controls are, because I've just started using this, but let's see what X does. X doesn't do anything yet. Y doesn't do anything yet. B doesn't do anything yet. The little 3 button up here takes me to the return, new, load options, so that's not it. The little button over here doesn't do anything. Let's see, left trigger. Okay, left trigger. Left trigger pulls up my menu so far, and I'll have 2 more menus over here when they get activated. So first it just tells me about my different stats, and then it shows me my character's body, tells me how much I'm carrying, 11 out of 250, tells me my armor, and then I can sort my stuff here. And this is telling me I'm just using hand-to-hand skill right now, empty hand fighting, my hit point bar, my magicka bar, my stamina bar. And then what this is telling me is I'm going to right-click, I'm going to right-trigger to pick it up, put it on my character, and then right-click again. Now I'm equipped with a weapon. Okay, and you do that with anything you want to put on them. You just right-trigger, drop it on them. Right-trigger again will drop it. And so the other thing you can do here is you can change the size of these. So I'm gonna guess I right trigger and pull it. Yeah, so I can actually change the size of these, and I usually do in the game that I'm playing. I'll usually tweak these screens. The ones that I don't need to see as much, I'll make them smaller so I can see more of the other ones. Okay, so then left trigger is going to take that away. Let's see, what's right mouse button takes out my dagger, and I'm going to assume, yep. So right trigger, if I click it, it does a quick thing. If I hold it, it does more powerful. Okay, so quick, and then right button puts the dagger away. Left button doesn't do anything yet because I don't have what I need, so we'll just keep going. I can pick up any of these things that I want. If you've ever played this, you'll know you can do that. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up that lockpick. So again, this can be a little bit challenging. So now what I have to do, if I want to use this lockpick, like over here, I have to left trigger. I have to pick up the lockpick, put it on equip it. So now my lockpick is what's equipped. I'm going to right trigger. I'm sorry, right button, and then now I can pick this lock by pressing the right trigger. Before I do that, I'm going to try to sneak. So if I remember correctly, sneaking is you have to push down on the left joystick. Yeah, and if you look down here, well, I can't see it. If you look down at the lower bottom of the corner, there's a little icon that appeared, and it looks like it's got like a noose or something. So I lift up, it goes away. I press down, it comes back. When that icon's there, it means you're sneaking. You can't always sneak around people, so if you try to sneak, it may not work. So I'm going to right trigger, and I failed. I failed again. Failed again. Boy, I'm not doing very good. Failed again. Failed again. Probably because I didn't set security as one of my skills. Boy, this sucks. There we go. I finally unlocked it. Lockpick success. I'll put that thing away, and then I'm going to open it up. And so when you open something up, a container, it opens up your inventory, and then it opens up what the container is. This says small chest. And then I can either click on the items, or I can just say take all, which I'm going to do. And then again, this is where your skills become important, because let's see, my major skills, so lockpicking is not a major or minor skill, and so security, actually. Security, is it security by itself? I think it might be. It's a 5. So that's why I was having difficulty opening that lock. So you have to really pick your skills based on how you want to play. And now, as an example, I'm gonna sneak again. So I'm sneaking. The little icon is down at the bottom of the screen, and now I'm gonna try to. You move slower when you sneak, and I'm gonna try to go back here and sneak up on these guys, and eventually my sneak went away because they see me. I don't have a high enough sneak to sneak around people yet. When you get a high enough thing, you'll be able to do so. And then again, you can look into pretty much any container, baskets, bags, chests. You can look up anything. You can steal everything in this game. You can take everything that you can pretty much see. If something pops up when you're staring at it, you can take it, and you can carry it around and sell it. So A again is moving is selecting things. So now I have a map. So down at the corner of the screen, I have a map, a mini map, and let's see. So I click OK. I'm going to go over here. I know what's in this barrel already. There's a magic ring, which is part of an initial quest, but it also activates my magic menu. And so what I'm going to do is I can now use magic, and this is, again, these are giving me keyboard hints, but I don't need those keyboard hints. I just need the Steam Deck thing. So now I have my world map up here, and I can change that to this is the world map, and then this was on local, and I have my inventory, I have my stats and things, and over here is my powers and my spells. And so again, if I want to, I can make this bigger. I can make my inventory one bigger if because I'll be carrying a lot of stuff, and then I can select any of these. If I select one of my spells, it now appears down here. So Chameleon is now active. And then when I get out of this, the left button now is going to bring up my hands, which are what I use to cast spells. And so my left button readies my spell casting. My right button pulls out my weapon, which is as of right now a lockpick, so I don't want that. And I'm going to go ahead and put my dagger on. You can also equip this ring, which which again I don't need to because I'm going to do something else with it. So let's see what else. So now X now is changing among my spells. So at the bottom left of the screen, there's a little spell, the little icons for each spell, and X is cycling through those. Okay, X is cycling through those, and then B opens up my journal apparently. Okay, Y is jumping. So oops, again I can turn this way. So Y jumps, so I can run and I can jump. Hop, if you want to think of it that way. This is increasing my athletics when I'm doing this. So you got that, and then so we know X cycles through the spells, B opens up the journal, Y jumps, A selects, the little button up here does the opens up the saving and quitting, and does this button do anything? No, not anymore. So the right trigger is used to do certain things, I think attacking. And then the left trigger is opening up my menus. Left button gets me ready to cast spells. Right button gets me ready to attack, to put it away and everything. The D-pad doesn't seem to do anything yet. And then I'm surprised that there isn't anything. Oh well, okay. So I just pressed the R3 button on the back. That opened up the journal, and that's interesting. So I just pressed the L3 button in the back, and that jumps. So you have double mapping there. And I'm a little surprised. Oh no, I guess I'm not surprised because you open up your inventory to see the map. That's right. So go over here, and again, oops, I'm back in the. Whoops, I went the wrong way. I got turned around, so I want to go over here. Okay, and so now I'm still in the tutorial, still, because I have to talk to this guy, and Celis Gravius. I have to give him my papers, and then the dialogue thing again. The blue, I shouldn't say again because I haven't said it yet, but the blue things are keywords. And you have the keywords over here that you can click on. You can click goodbye. There's a bar up here that basically says how much they like you. Right now it's 57 out of 100. You can try persuasion, which means you can bribe them to try to increase how much they like you. You can click on a keyword, and it will tell you about it. And so the more I click on, the more he'll tell me, and it fills out the different things. You might start quests, whatever. And so you can click on all of these different things and that will expand options and dialogue for other NPCs that you come across. So I'm just going to say goodbye to this guy, and down at the bottom. So when I move this, if I have to go into the menu if I want to see some stuff. For instance, down here in the lower right hand corner, there's these little tiny icons, and one is showing me I think it's my racial or my actually no, this is my my sign, bonus, or maybe this is my racial bonus. I can't remember. So these things are they're like, one says my personality bonus, my endurance bonus. One talks about my resist magicka, and one talks about my maximum fortify maximum magicka. You can't actually get to those unless you're in the menu screen, right? And then you can basically move your arrow as you desire. But once you're in this, that actually moves your viewpoint around. So I'm going to go out here. I'm going to get out of the tutorial, basically. Yep. So now this is just telling me about my journal, but again, it's all about the keyboard. And so now I can basically walk around and talk to anybody I want. And I know this guy. He wants to get something from me, and he's looking for his ring, which is the ring that I found. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then I get a choice. The choices are down here in red. He tells me about his ring, tells me this sob story about the guards took it from him, and my journal's been updated, and then it says my responses. No, sorry, no ring. Yes, I found it. Here, take it. I'm going to give it to him. And then, oh, he loves me. Now his feelings toward me are 100 out of 100. He loves me. But he took my engraved ring of healing, so that's gone. But that's fine. And then there's a bunch of other things I could ask him about to find out information about the game.
If there is anything I can do, I am humbly at your service.
Yeah, because he really likes me. And so pretty much that's it. And you start off with this at this this town of Seedanim, and there's a trader in the town where you can buy stuff. There's a bunch of stuff to do. You can do quests in this town, and it's kind of like the starting town. But that's pretty much it. So I didn't run into any problems. I did have to use the Steam X button to enter, right, the name, and if I wanted to make my own class. The Y button is jumping, and so is the left button in the back. The B button is the journal, and so is the R5 button, the R3 button, sorry, left 3 and then R3, so it's duplicate. The X button was, X button is scrolling through the spells, and then we had the ready of the different things, and people are talking, but again, I would probably turn off the subtitles. The left trigger is opening up your menu, and you move with the left joystick. You look around with the left joystick, and then of course your trackpad does the same thing. And when you're in a menu or something, you use the trackpad to move the mouse. A is select, and sometimes right trigger, and then right trigger is also attacking. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and then I could show you combat, I suppose, if you haven't seen this before, because I know there's combat down here. There's some crabs, and they'll probably kick my butt because I didn't actually pick. I didn't pick my stats very well. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to try to sneak. It probably won't work. Yeah, see, I'm trying to sneak and it's not working. Simply because I'm too close to something and my sneak sucks. I'm going to go ahead and open this up because I really don't have anything else. Do I have any real? I have Sanctuary and Chameleon. So those aren't really attacking spells, right? I'd want to buy an attacking spell from the merchant before I entered into combat. Because I really don't have an attacking spell, and I can't sneak, so I'm just going to walk up to this guy and I'm going to start punching him. So I can, oh look, so my unarmored increased because I'm not wearing any armor, and because I'm not wearing any armor, when he hit me, then it increases my skill. And then there's some crab meat. I can either take it, I can dispose of the corpse, and that takes all the items too. So that's combat, and of course if I had a ranged weapon I could shoot from afar. If I had magic I could cast it, so I'm going to go ahead and cast, what did I say, cycled through it? B, no, X. So Chameleon, Sanctuary, I'll just go ahead and cast Chameleon because there's no... There, now I have Chameleon running, and all that does is helps to make it harder for things to see me. Again, I'd go back and I would buy spells and buy equipment from the trader that's in this town before I went and did any other quests, because you really do need to get equipped. You need armor. This game you can have light armor, medium armor, heavy armor, or unarmored. So you have those types of skills. You can have shield. So you have block. You have a ton of different types of magic, a ton of different weapons, and other things as far as like thieving type skills and mercantile and speechcraft and all that different stuff. So as far as from what I can see right now, I don't see why, unless they consider the Steam X thing to make something so that it's only playable instead of verified. I'm not quite sure what is making this just playable. Haven't seen any problems, and I think that what I would probably do before I really jump in to play this long term is I would probably, I still have the books for this because I have this in hard copy. I would probably look to see what all the key things are, and actually I could do that from here, and I would go to controls. And I would just look up all the things I'm supposed to be able to do, like forward, backward, left, right, use, activate, ready weapon, ready magic, sneak, run. Okay, so run, I don't know how to run. So that would be something where I would want to program a control to run, because I'm not quite sure how to. I haven't found a control for run yet. We did find jump. Didn't see anything for cycling through the weapons. So you're supposed to be able to cycle through the weapons just like you cycle through your spells. So I'd probably want to program something that. You can also toggle first-person view versus the view that you're in right now. So you can either see your whole body, or you can just not see your body. So that would be something you'd have to program a control for probably. And then there's quick access slots, which I'm not really that worried about. So yeah, so there's a couple. I'm gonna return because I want to see something. Yeah, none of those work. Press down. Nope, that doesn't work. So yeah, I would probably want to program a couple buttons to do the things that I can't do right now. I don't know how to run, so I'm not sure how to run versus walk, and the other one is toggling through the weapons can be useful. Although in this game, as soon as you open your menu, it freezes the game. So if you need to swap equipment, if you need to change a weapon, if you need to change something, if you need to drink a potion, you can do that without somebody standing there killing you. So that is a benefit, I guess. So, and again, you can mod this game to your heart's content. There's a ton of mods that improve the graphics. Add a ton of features to this game, spells and different types of classes and skills and races and just all kinds of things. Adding content adds significant areas to this game, adds more quests, adds more NPCs, adds different things like that. So there is a ton of mods that you can do for this game. So I'm going to go ahead and exit because I really don't. I'm not saving this or anything. Yeah, I'm not going to load a previous game because I don't really have much here. So that's Morrowind, and again, maybe it's only playable because you really would have to program some keys to get access to all of the features that you could do with the keyboard. So probably that's why it's only playable instead of verified. I haven't experimented with it yet, so I probably will take time to do that just to see how to program the controls, because I really haven't experimented with that yet, so I have to do that. But as far as I'm concerned, I could certainly play this on the Steam Deck, and especially if I could get a couple more buttons programmed and maybe swap things around. The one criticism I have of this, I'll just say it, is that the way I play, I sneak a lot, and pressing this pressing the trigger down while you're trying to move is not it's difficult. It's more difficult for me. I don't like that, so I would probably try to program one of the other buttons, maybe one of the back buttons to toggle sneak, and then that way I don't have to press down on this when I'm moving around. So I would probably do that too. I would probably change how you sneak, and then program a couple buttons that aren't currently available from what it sounds like. And you don't certainly need double things, like you don't need the Y and the L3 button to jump. So I would do that. All right. Anyway, I hope this helps somebody. If you've never played Morrowind, I highly recommend it. Love it. Maybe it's not your cup of tea. Maybe it's maybe it's too old or whatever. But I love the game. And so again, I hope this was helpful. If these videos on this channel are helpful to you, please like, subscribe, get notifications, leave comments, and I try to respond to every single comment that I get. If you have questions, feel free to leave them, and if I can help out, I'm glad to do so. Just probably not technical, because I'm not a technical person as far as that goes. So thank you very much, folks. Look forward to hopefully you'll look forward to more videos in the future for the Steam Deck gameplay, and I'm still doing some for the 1X player as kind of bouncing back and forth in between. And other than that, folks, have a great day, happy gaming, and I'll see everyone later.